Today I'd like to start a new series on how to recover and prevent back pain. We see a lot of patients and take care of patients every day to help them to recover and prevent back pain. But there are a lot of things that you can do to help yourself. And so today I'd like to start and talk to you about proper sleeping habits. And if you're like me, maybe your personality is, okay, now great, now there's rules to sleeping, just what I need, more rules in my life. But please don't think of it that way. The reality is we spend a great portion of our life sleeping, right? I mean, I don't know how much you sleep. You know, we need to be getting approximately 8 hours of sleep, 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. But let's say you're approximately getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, every night. You're spending a large portion of your time sleeping. And sleeping could be an area where you actually are creating a lot of issues with your spine and your back. A lot of people experience back pain when they first rise in the morning, or when they first get up. They feel stiff and have difficulty walking. So let's think of it this way. If I were to have you sit with your head turned to the side for 8 straight hours, do you think that 5 or 6 or 7 hours into that process you would be thinking, boy, I really wish I could move my neck? Sure you would. But think about yourself sleeping on your belly. You're sleeping on your belly with your head turned to the side, twisted for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time in one position. And that can cause stress and strain to the joints and the ligaments and the tendons in your neck. And eventually, from repetition of doing that, causing shortening of the muscles on one side, lengthening on the other. The same holds true for your low back. If you're on your belly, a lot of patients have trouble with their low back because their belly will sag into the bed and increase the curve in their low back. If people sleep on their back, some people have difficulty sleeping on their back because their belly will sag into, their back will sag into the bed, flattening their belly, causing pressure in this direction. So let's give you a few simple basic tips that I think will help you out. In my opinion, ideally the best position to sleep in is on our side. If we lay on our side, the goal of the pillow is to fill the space between our head and our shoulder. So if I was laying on my left side, I don't want my head up like this, I don't want my head down like this. I just want to try to take a pillow that's the depth to fill the space of my shoulder so I can lay with my neck and my spine in alignment. As far as my low back is concerned, if I lay on my side, but yet I have my leg twisted over to the side like this, all night long I'm laying with my spine twisted. So think about if I had you twist and just be twisted for 6 or 8 hours, and how that would make your back feel after a while. So if you're laying on your side and your leg is hanging over, it's creating a twist in your back for many hours. So the simple solution to that is to simply put a pillow between your knees. So if we lay on our side, fill the space between our head and our shoulder with a pillow, and put a pillow between our knees to keep my leg from hanging over or sagging over and creating a twist and a bind in my low back and on my spine and my hips and my pelvis, that will take a lot of pressure off of those areas. The next best position would be on your back. If you're laying on your back, again, if I'm laying on my back, I don't want my head propped up like this and leaving it like this all night. I just want to fill the space between my shoulders and my back and the back of my head to keep my head in a neutral position. I also want to then take a pillow and put it behind my knees. That way, when I bend my knees, it takes pressure off of my low back and takes some strain off of my low back if I'm laying on my back. Now, you say, well, I've always been a belly sleeper, or I've always slept like this, and this is a really big change for me. Well, all change can be challenging, but simply start out by getting in bed, laying on your side, put a pillow between your knees, put a pillow between your ear and your shoulder, and just lay there. Maybe it's for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and you say, okay, I can't fall asleep like this. And then you go to your normal sleeping position. And you keep adding time to that. Eventually, your body will start to become used to that posture or that position. It will become more comfortable to you, and you'll fall asleep. So I think these will be helpful tips for you in helping to take stress and strain off of your neck and your back and help you recover and prevent back pain. We'll look forward to seeing you on episode 2. If you like these videos, please make sure you like them and share them. This content we think will be helpful for you and your family.